My take on the Josh Kerr 1 mile run, time of 3 minutes and 48.87 seconds from not to March 2024. Oh dear goodness. From 27 February 2022. And, I spelled February correct. The guy who knew my birthday was 26 February before I did, so ran this day in honor of me. Because we have shared Scottish ancestry. Okay, so I've decided to film this. I'm filming this Saturday, 2 March 2024, because there are real big douchebags on YouTube sometimes. And so, in person too, and specifically, so I put out a video, so he had some hostile, interviewers in, press coverage, especially by the Americans, because in the 3,000 meters race today, Saturday, 2 March 2024, he beat an American to the gold medal, and even the American commenters, could hear their level of not happiness coming through and that kind of stuff. And so what has happened, I have one person comes through and dislikes 100% of the 100-meter breaststroke women's that I put out, or 100-yard breaststroke kind of thing. So it's always just one dislike, and it's always the women's 100 breaststroke. Okay, so there are some people, I'm going to guess that's just one account because it's just one dislike and it's always the same thing, well, I can discount that. Their opinion is not worth anything. And so, I posted, I covered the Josh Kerr 3,000 meters, and I was like, oh, of course this is going to dislike. And let me guess, the person's going to be pissed off because the comments aren't turned on, so they're going to go and dislike the last 5 videos. Dislikers are very easy to predict on my channel. So it's actually part of the reason why I turned comments off. Because what would happen is somebody would say something very harassing or discriminatory or antagonistic, and I'd be like, technically that's a violation of community guidelines. So I would delete the comment. And then a dislike would appear on that video and the video before it. So that kind of stuff happens. Where it's like, okay, well, clearly it's one person and they're being reactionary. So some person, obviously not Scottish and obviously not Native American, went through, disliked the Josh Kerr thing in the last 4 of the 5 videos. The only one they didn't dislike was the one of the mango where I said 120 grams. And I was like, you're on Adderall. You're an Adderall abuser and you're trying to hide it. I'm not going to be obvious that I'm on Adderall and disliking these videos. So I'm not going to dislike that one, but dislike everything else. So, good sir, I also know you're a man, you're an Adderall abuser, you are not of Scottish ancestry, and you are not a Native American. Some things are very easy to tell about a person when they are disliking, and dislike structures are that obvious. Okay, though I've had one disliker, there was one disliker who had multiple accounts, and they disliked it one day, and then entered into their calendar, whatever calendar it was, be it physical or electronic, to come back and dislike the video with their second account on a later date. Like the same calendar day the next year, and they did it. So there's some stuff like that. That was an Amber Heard video I put out. I was like, well, good to know, right? So that one was a case of 2 dislikes, but same person with 2 accounts, multiple accounts. All right. And then like with the Josh Kerr thing, it's just one dislike. It's just one person, right? One overly vocal person that nobody agrees with disliking 4 or 5 of my most recent videos, kind of thing. So let's do something that highlights not only our Josh Kerr and I of shared ancestry, we share something else in common. So this is a run that he did at the 2022 Boston University Last Chance Meet in Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. It's with a time of 3 minutes and 48.87 seconds in the final on, I have my iCal open Sunday, 27 February 2022. With his time, he achieved a personal best time, a Scotland national record in 1st place. He, for this competition, competed representing his team, his club, Brooks Beasts Track Club, which is based in Seattle. That's where I'm filming this, in Northern Seattle. I currently train primarily when walking / running, unless it's raining, because they're new, with my Brooks Launch 10, which is a shoe company headquartered in Seattle, and whose shoes, at least some of them, possibly all of them currently, right, stuff changes, designed in Seattle. So Mr. Josh Kerr and I we share Scottish ancestry, and we both are based in Seattle, or competed representing a club based in Seattle at some point in my life, or the greater Seattle area kind of thing. And so there's kind of, with a national record for Scotland, there's kind of, it's a national record, so it's somebody representing Scotland in competition kind of thing. So can, or Great Britain, and then if they're representing Scotland, then it kind of like trickles down. So it can be a person is representing Scotland and they have 0 Scotland ancestry, or that person is representing Scotland and they have not 0 Scottish ancestry. And so I personally am happy that someone set the Scottish record that is of Scottish ancestry. It shows that something is working right with the original peoples kind of thing. So yeah, that is my take on the Josh Kerr 1 mile run, time of 3 minutes and 48.87 seconds from 27 February 2022. And a little bit about this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, a she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. This is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. I'm a she, her, hers of Seattle. And a little bit about how easy dislikers have come to be to predict on this YouTube channel, and how much I would recommend not disliking in clusters, because it can reveal a lot about a person, like just not disliking something because they use a drug that they measure in grams. Right? That's why I put that video out there. I was like, let's see how many dirty people are out there. All right, if they come through and dislike my Josh Kerr thing that I'm going to do from later in the day, they won't dislike this if they use a drug that's measured in grams. And sure enough, predicted it. Does that ever get tiring? Well, my concern here is for the safety of Josh Kerr. So if those dislikes are used as a starting point to escalate attacks on Josh Kerr, perhaps, or in general, if that's kind of how dislikes work, I would strongly recommend turning the dislike feature off. At the very least, it positively reinforces not having comments turned on, because would I want to get those dislikes in addition to really hostile and attacking community guidelines violating comments? No, right? Then I'd have to go and delete them, right? And then the person would be like, why did you delete my comment? Or let me go dislike more of your videos. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to turn the comments off. So it positively reinforces my decision to not have my comments turned on. And that's not true for all of my videos. I do actually post videos with the comments turned on still. Most of my shorts are videos that are that way. And some of the ones I post, I don't have comments turned on, the horizontal format ones. But yeah, so there's a little bit of disliker update. I've done at least one video specialized to that before. So there's a little bit of an update on that related to Josh Kerr. The most recent dislike cluster was somebody who hated Mr. Josh Kerr. Mr. Josh Kerr, I love you, and the flying squirrels love you too.